ready to grow. Yeah. So I have this feeling that you would like to implement these changes in your life. And guys, good thing is you need to learn how to do it continuously through all your life. Yeah. You're probably doing it. Yeah. But today we'll talk about okay, Mark. Okay. So compliments.
Thanks.
So actually, yeah. So you will have the opportunity, like next week will be already coaching and you will already start peer assessment and you will start complimenting each other or reflecting or criticizing slightly. We will do these things nicely. Nicely done. So what is continuing professional development? That is the CPD. So this is the input session for us today. Anyone done before? Oksana?
Sorry.
Do you have your own CPD plan? So have you done it before? Have you done it?
No, I haven't.
So good time to start. Olga, how about you?
Right.
Never.
Never.
I just knew this letter CPD only a week ago.
A week ago. Okay.
I just introduced to them.
All right.
I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking.
So Ilona, I would like you to look at what is written in here and here. Passive and reactive, conscious and proactive. How do you think? Where are you now? Where are you?
There are 4 different, or only 2.
So
they are both passive and reactive, and it's 1.
Yes, consider. So yellow and consider pink. Where are you now?
Oh my God. I even don't know how to answer because I need to understand what does it mean more completely.
Julia,
more exactly.
Julia, your hand is raised, yeah?
Okay, so I suppose that most of our today's students are a bit passive and a bit reactive.
Students or teachers? So I'm talking about you.
Now today we are students.
So trainees. Okay, but considering that you are here already on the course, I would say that you're already proactive, ready to take new steps. That is proactive and conscious because you start thinking. You've been asking and answering the questions the whole week. Yeah, you've been asking yourself the questions. So is working abroad good for me? If yes, what? What kind of specialism do I need? So you start already answering these questions consciously. So I think most of you already in this zone. And I would like you to stay here. Yes, Elona, you want to say something?
Yes, I understood that I've been on the yellow part for many years, since last year, I think.
Yeah.
I had enough money and everything was so easy and so good. So and I was on the left side.
Right. So now we are moving towards another direction, right? And so what will be our input session today about? So I will give you a balanced overview of the industry in teaching and language qualification. So we already covered most, but still some things to consider. I will give you some useful links to explore, keep giving, yeah? So because I can't give you everything, otherwise you will be overloaded. I'm giving you everything at a time, so small portions. Give you an algorithm, how to put new knowledge into practice, how to build your own CPDs, so for the whole year. That will be the main task after this input session. design your own CPD plan. Yeah. And then you will discuss it with your tutor.
Design, you mean in PowerPoint?
Oh no, that shouldn't be like, super creative. That just mean we will use this workbook, the same approach. Design in your mind, that is my thinking. So, but you can do it in PowerPoint if you're skillful. That's no
As
problem.
a presentation.
Yeah, should be. It could be. Yeah, it could be. Look, I'll give you a minute to read this quote. Olga, how far do you agree with it?
How far am I?
Yeah.
I agree with every word written here. I agree.
Yeah. You
I
agree.
just didn't see my exam. I want to pass.
Yeah.
So, where are my exams? I decided to pass. Where are they?
Actually, when you
Science, CP, FCE, Sector Delta, TKT.
you developed noticing through this week, yeah. And when I was creating this presentation, I was thinking about you. I haven't added to your exam, but all right. So keep it in your mind. So Julia, if I just simply put it like in my plan like this, okay, so just let it be like this. Would be a good plan, Julia. CELTA, CPE, FC.
I suppose that it should be. I suppose it will be. It will be. Just. So I will start with TKT, and it is the most appropriate way to start with.
For you, just for you, because Olga has another variant, yeah. So how about Cambridge exams, Michael? CPE, FC, CE. Is it logical or illogical?
No, it's not logical.
Why?
Why?
I would say you need them. You can't just step aside.
Yeah.
Because you need to have a certain level.
Right.
So going back to learning teaching, teacher can't just stay on the same level for the rest of his or her life.
I mean,
he's also a learner who needs to go up to C1, C2, for example.
Where is C1 in these exams? Is it CPE?
CPE. C1?
Yes.
CAE.
Yeah. What does FC stand for?
First certificate English.
And that means, is it before or after CAE?
Before.
So it stands for B2, but still you can, if you pass it with a grade, you can get C1, yeah, even with it. And then comes the proficiency, right? CPE. So, yeah. These are language, right? And as for TKT and CELTA, so Olga, sorry not to have your exam here, but so we're still considering it. Yeah, this is professional development, right? Because here I just use Cambridge. Yeah, I use Cambridge. So, but you may consider some other options, and it's normal. It's okay. You may ask me questions later on. What are we doing on the course here? So we are combining TKT and CELTA. Yeah, so in a very practical way. In a very practical way. So that means that for some of you, it will be enough just maybe to apply for Delta and be very comfortable with it. And for some of them, you may just simply don't need them, but you just need to practice for yourself to be good teachers. And for some of you, you may just consider passing TKT or CELTA. It's up to you. I will say it, or maybe other exams. That may be an easy start for you. But still you need a plan, right? You can't just choose one and go and pass it. There should be some logic between. Yeah, and to say you a little bit more about these exams, yeah. Self-term, mostly about teaching groups, adults and teenagers. Like I've heard from you that most of you would like to shift from young learners, yeah, and start practicing groups. That is good, because SELT is mostly about adults. The Cambridge used to have young learners and in sort of SELT P, SELT C course, but now it's I would say they do not market it any longer, and so you can't pass. But still, organization have these courses. They like sort of continue giving these courses. Well, what is the negative thing about CELTA? If you want to work in Russia, yeah, if you still want to continue work in Russia, they actually don't ask about CELTA. You won't be given like extra bonuses for having this certificate. No one will ask you. So this is more for working abroad, for yourself, for freelancing. Next week, you will have about freelance mindset and institutional mindset. You will have these things to consider. Yeah, TKT, great start for your CPD. You'll familiarize yourself with the theory of CELTA. But you, as Michael said, it's theoretical, no feedback on your teaching practice. And it is not as prestigious as CELTA. But again, it's a great start. And it gives you this teacher's jargon, yeah, terminology, so understanding of teaching. Then comes Delta. This is already when you consider roles of an academic director, teacher trainer, expert teacher. So this is Delta. What it gives to you, you understand and can apply the key principles of syllabus design and the course planning. But still on this course, we are just giving you some ideas of it. So we will work with you, each of you with your course. That will be very gradual for you. Any questions here? Any questions? I just give it to you just for you to have this overview, yeah, to understand. So what may be like further steps in case you need them. Foundation, developing, proficient, expert. So this is how you grow, yeah? How do you think where you are now? Foundation, developing, proficient, expert, right on the chart.
Foundation.
Foundation, Olga,
Proficient, but only in Russia.
Do you teach Russian? Do you?
No.
Yeah? That might
But
be...
I'd like to teach Russian for foreigners. It's very interesting, you know. I keep in touch with foreigners from all over the world, and I wonder, it's so interesting that from India, for example, people from India want to speak Russian and ask me, let's speak Russian all over the world, and I like it.
Okay.
Teach them Russian maybe later.
And you definitely need to know how to do it. Like, I mean,
yes,
not using
Russian is very difficult.
Right. So a minute to look at what is CPD. Actually, before take a minute and read it. Close to proficient. So yeah, Sana, thank you. Which definition resonates with you? So you see there are some of them. Oksana, how would you say? I think you're muted. Yeah, I'll ask you to unmute.
Can you please explain holistic? What is it? I
Uh-huh.
know this word only concerning with food.
Oh, holistic approach. So does it mean that it includes only one thing or many things? How do you think, Ilona?
Oh my God, I even can't imagine what is in educational sphere,
So
holistic.
does it mean looking at from one perspective or from many perspectives?
Maybe many.
Maybe. Uh-huh. Exactly. Yeah.
Mhm.
So, Oksana, so speaking about you, how would you define CPD? I don't know why, but so you're still. Yeah.
Okay, is it okay now? Thank you. I would define as CPD encourages looking forward and identifying opportunities to learn something new, refresh knowledge, improve skills, and so on.
So Olga?
Me too. I agree
Yeah. So Julia,
with all these points.
Julia, how about you?
So do I. So CPD encourages looking forward and identifying opportunities to learn something new and improve your teaching skills.
All right. Michael, I would like you to talk to your colleagues and ask them what they include in their CPD, because most people mention, yeah, that it's encouraging, it's including something new. What is new? How can they build this CPD? What is inside? So yeah, I'm listening to you. You're talking all together, giving you time.
Can you please repeat the task?
My instructions are not clear, you see, so that's not good for me. All right. But before I tell you how to make your own CPD, now discuss in your group so it's good to include. What would you include as teachers? How would you write your own CPDs? Yeah.
Well, to begin with, I would definitely put a dot somewhere at the start of the list and put it as a starting point.
Yeah,
so,
but sorry to interrupt you, but for now you just ask Olga, so ask people, and so you should come to mutual agreement, right?
okay.
Oh.
For example, Olga, how would you start your CPD?
I just think that I have to, I do have this plan. How will I start? I'm starting already here to have education first, to pass the exam. What we talked about already.
Yeah, that's a good point. I agree with you.
Thank you.
And Ilona, how about you?
So I think, as for me, it's firstly my desire to change my lessons and students from school. I think it's not for me now. It's enough for me just doing homework. I think it's necessary to understand that you want to change something, that you want to, for example, to have lessons with maybe adults, with another upper levels, to earn more money. I think I'm at the point where I just decide and just want and think to change all my educational life, my professional life, and started from the new beginner with another students, with another level, with another lessons, upper, stronger, better. First of all, we just want to change something. So I compared salaries and prices for lessons, and I understood that I grew all this, and I want to change, to start to change myself. First of all, we should develop our skills first of all in order to teach absolutely different. As for me, I think so.
Yeah, fantastic.
Really?
And how about Oksana?
I would like to start with making groups right now, for example. And then I would like to find students abroad, for example. And of course, to improve my knowledge in teaching. That's it. I have already started. For example, I found literature, books, textbooks. Yeah, I have already downloaded them, but now I think I should start doing, start acting, not reading.
Me the same. I also downloaded many books about IELTS, and even we decided with my native speaker, with my tutor, start learning it. I'm like a student, as a student, in order to teach others later. I also wanted to very much. It's very interesting for me. Not just doing homework with school boys and school girls. With lazy boys and so on, unmotivated.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. It's the same for me because during taking upon this course, I decided to not just cobbling together quickly the lesson, yeah, to prepare it fully, using new approaches, using new methodology, checking feedbacks from tutors and working on it, correcting my mistakes. So yeah, it's a long way to go. And Julia, what's your plan?
Okay, so I need CPD, and I will start with TKT course. So my aim is to lift my way of teaching on higher level, and just I'm a kind of ambitious teacher, as most of our students, of our teachers who are present today. That is why I would like to just to create my CPD, just to improve my methodology, to change my lessons in better way, and just to be more confident as a teacher. So that's all.
All right. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, everyone. So, Michael, anything from your side?
I think I said everything.
It's all right. That's it. Yeah, I heard a lot. For now, I just give you some instructions. Yeah. because your own developmental point. And I've heard from Oksana, yeah, and Ilona that reading is the key. Watching other people teaching, observing is really, really important. So that's why the first thing in your plan, the first step in creating, you will call it My CPD. Yeah. I will add you some resources for reading articles. You already have some books, and you need to write exactly. So like months, for example, April, May, not just simply like, so I will read it somewhere, somehow, yeah, and what's not. You need to write like February, March, April, May, and plan what kind of book you read, what kind of articles so you will read. But it shouldn't be everything, you know, because just reading everything is useless. For example, you'd like to dwell on teaching online, Ilona, right? And
Yes.
you need to find some articles, and I actually sent you some resources, how you can do it efficiently. How can you explore it? How can you use it? Because a lot of things already exist. You just need to implement. You read an article in your CPD plan, for example, you read it on February 15, and then you make a comment how you're going to implement it in your practice. For example, Olga, you write, I'm going to use this and this exactly, this task or this activity with this student, for example, with Mira, right? Or with someone else. And you will sort of share the insights, and you need to plan it ahead. Any questions here? Up to now, we'll go to step 2. That will be activities and trainings. Plan a year ahead. For now, you have your course, Infinity course. Some people might have some other things, some other courses, TKT you named, but also when you finish this course, I would like you to develop. I would like you to continue doing it. That's why I will send you some nice resources and maybe some courses which are actually also free, yeah, free of charge, and you can also join them. They are international, for example, from British Council, like online, and if based on your specialism, for example, IELTS, you can enroll on this course. Or if you want to know more how to teach groups, so they are special small courses, but on special area. So there are some conferences in Russia, yeah. So you also may check what conferences are in Russia, and you may participate, meet your colleagues, establish network, maybe. So this is about this area. Choose area you want to improve. For example, Olga wrote in her workbook that she would like to create a course, reading course, yeah? And probably there might be an area like reading skill that she would really like to teach differently, yeah? Or so add some features too. So that might be she would choose reading as a skill, yeah? Or maybe someone would like to improve classroom management. That will be professional development, like giving instructions, varying and giving feedback. We will talk about it later, but it could be also a step that you improve. For example, you don't want to give instructions in Russian anymore. You would like to teach foreign people, and your instructions should be in Russian or in English?
In English.
Yeah, and how can you check your instructions that your student understands? How can you check understanding, guys?
Asking, what do you need to do before going to the task?
ICQs, yeah. So
Paraphrasing again, paraphrasing.
In some cases, there are a lot of ways. So if you don't know, for now, just add it to your CPD, like this area, because you need to improve it. It's small, but you need to improve it. say when you do this, and how you do this, yeah? And how actually you use it with your student. Like you need to have a positive feedback, so your student understood, you use in English, and the student understood instructions. Step 4, choose a publisher for your new specialism. Oksana, what publishers do you use for your classes?
Sites, websites.
Publisher, I mean like Cambridge, Oxford, maybe, so the most known one, Delta Publishing, Pearson, Longman. What publisher?
Cambridge.
Cambridge. Any more?
Cambridge is close to me, I think. That's why I stopped here.
It's good, but you may also go further. Yeah, check other publishers. So how about you, Ilona? What publishers do you use?
I used almost everything what I had, but as for new specialty, I should use only one. I like to discover everything, to look through and to find the best for me and use at my lessons.
Exactly.
I prefer many books to use at my lessons.
This is your task. So explore, discover different publishers for your specialism, for your area, and think what is best for you and for your student.
But should I use only one specialism? Should I, only one specialism?
Specialism. So you may not. If you have time, guys, if you have time and you have opportunity and gist for developing, you may choose more than one. Yeah, so I'm not limiting you. No, I'm not. So at the same time, you should have this focus. Don't forget about it. Yeah, so still. All right, the next one. Some of you are going to market, so your products, your courses, and this is a question that the course design will be with Milan week 9, and then 10 marketing with Julia. You will definitely discuss about platform for courses, marketplaces, social media, how you would like to develop, where you would like to market yourself. But it's already now good to add to your CPD plan. For example, if you want to make courses, go to a platform like Zen class, so study this platform, or maybe you would like to sell through marketplaces, analyze some marketplaces. I will also send you the links to them. And you should sort of choose between what might be good for you and why. But plan, so like you're not doing everything at a time. So for example, you can do it like when you have week 9 and week 10 of your course, that will be already end of March, beginning of April, right? Like you shouldn't do this now, but you have it as a plan. You plan to do it. All right?
Should it be international platform?
It could be. It could be.
For international students, yes.
Yes, it could be. So depending where you would like to work, yeah, and how you would like to work, right? So I will offer you some choices, both for Russian market and for international market. So, and you may explore them. All right, and so it's always a good idea to think what makes an expert teacher. So, Oksana.
All this together. Knowing all this together, I think.
So within the course, we are going to ask this question constantly with every Zoom live session. So just to orient you a little bit. So next, week 3 and week 4, you will have subject knowledge. Yeah, on teaching, phonology from Zen, lexic, grammar from Milan. So speaking and writing with me, listening and reading with Elvira. So you will have the sound grasp of language, and we will give you Cambridge way of planning your lesson, yeah, this week. So you will know. Then we will look at procedural knowledge, like the knowledge of what we actually do in class. How to check concept checking question, how to check meaning in English, how to monitor your student, elicit, reinforce learning, giving feedback. That will be a lecture for you with Milan, and special tasks. We will also look at methodological knowledge such as approaches to teaching, lexical, audiolingual, theories, a little bit of the ways to plan. You already know about test, teach, test, but there are other ways to build your class. We will look at learners' needs, because you're going to teach different learners. Maybe their needs are different, and this will be explored. What else? Yeah, we need to consider requirements of other stakeholders. If you're going to teach internationally, so there might be some different requirements, syllabus. That would be also a good thing to look at. Planning, this is good for everyone. So yeah, we should consider aims, procedures, themes, topics, cohesion and coherence of activities and lesson plan, and assessment, of course, of it. So keep motivated. And classroom management skills. That is presence, instructions, report, praise, motivation, and presentation. Yeah, and to finish this session, so yeah, I will just leave you with the question. Your specialism, yes, you're still, some of you are not 100% sure about it. What makes your specialism? Your expertise, your passion, like Olga told us, I need to do something that I'm interested in. And as Ilona mentioned, market demand, yeah, you should know what is demanded on the market. And what is inside, here is the possible niche to consider. And why I ask you to think about it. So, because if you have a specialism, you have your core, your basic knowledge of teaching, yeah, and you're satisfied, that actually makes a good teacher, an expert, because your income, your reputation, so goes up. You spend less time, you earn more, and you're satisfied with it. Michael, helping with school program, is it a good specialism?
We should consider which school program.
Okay. So
Russian, probably Russian.
It's
No,
very
that's-
easy and demanding.
Yes, probably